I interrupt this latest rave session and call into session the latest episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for June 23rd, 2022. I am one of your hosts, Marcus Major Linux Summers. I'm joined this week and every week by Kev. It's your boy Kev is in the building.
In the building. What's up, everybody?
We're also joined this week.
But only this week.
Wow. Okay. By the hybrid cultivator. Because I can't read the rest of his shirt. Sinziak is in the building. Yes, a shout out to Merge for that sub 12 months in a row. This is his 1 year anniversary of subbing to this channel.
Merge, we apologize.
Merge-iversary. It's this merge-iversary. It's their merge-iversary.
How? I cannot snap.
Merge-iversary.
Do you know what today is?
It's their merge-iversary. Merge-iversary. I'll stop it.
I have a piano in the background, but we'll get into that on a different day.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize, y'all not that bad. Thank you. With your support, you enable me to do really, really weird, random things. Like turn every room in my house into a place where a Mac computer can live and thrive. Yes.
And for that, Major says, thank you.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you.
On that note,
Yeah.
We're getting Prince here.
And that was a note. That was a note.
That was a note. On that specific note, way up there.
In the rafters. Somewhere up there.
How's everybody's week been?
It's a week on the countdown, that's for sure.
The final countdown.
We got 1 week left.
How does it feel?
Until I pack up all of the stuff that you see behind me and the many boxes of things, which aren't very many at all, downstairs. Put it in a truck and start driving.
10B rolling.
Ooh,
Ooh, ah. So there's not much going on with you. Just chilling, just taking it all in,
Working,
packing it all up,
quarter non stuff. Remembering to do things like remembering to set up stuff with the post office so that when next week hits, they start forwarding my mail to the appropriate location.
No, you can do that. Did you do that online?
I did.
Oh, okay.
That was the thing I had on my notes to do today, so I made sure to do that today.
I love doing that. It's so great. It's just so easy.
it is, isn't it?
And then trying to remember more often than not the way things are set up to just go, that is enough of that, and then closing the browser window that leads to certain social media sites because, listen, the way that they are posting news today, I'm just like,
I was like, you know what?
everything's upsetting, and every word that people say makes things worse. We're turning that off today and listening to some classical music.
The way, yeah.
What happened today?
Major. If you don't know, we're going to leave you in peace with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We're going to leave you in blissful ignorance because the way I was like, you know what?
You know something? I will give you 1 out of the 5 things I read today.
All right.
1 out of 5. The as of today, the Supreme Court has ruled the majority of them. That, you know, the whole thing, that's not technically a law, but it's super helpful where the police say, hey, you have the right to remain silent for these reasons. These are things that you can ask for and all this other stuff. The Supreme Court ruled they never have to say that to you again.
I'm sorry, what now? I do remember that part. I saw that happen in passing, but I thought these were a whole bunch of hypotheticals.
No. That's a thing that happened.
Oh,
That's a real thing. So if you weren't aware of those things, now you might never be. So there's that. Just hey, in the middle of a whole bunch of things that'll give you plenty of reasons to riot, don't get arrested, because if you do, don't talk.
Yep. But luckily
there's a list of exactly 4 words you should say, and what they are is I want a lawyer, and not another word of any kind.
And if you want to spice it up, be like, I need a lawyer. Or if you just want to say, like, you know, 3 less words, just say lawyer.
This is the only time that we're ever going to tell you not to add extra seasonings or flavors to your sentences.
No.
I want a lawyer,
Clear,
all of those things, and nothing else.
Lawyer. I want a lawyer. I need a lawyer. But where are you going? I need a lawyer. But what are you looking at? A lawyer. I need. Lawyer I need. That's what you need. Like, how many ways I can say ways in different ways? You want me to get my Google Translator app and type in the words I need a lawyer in many different languages? Swahili.
Avocado, there you go.
I need that. So
No. Like not even some whiskey. You can't say like don't add anything else.
I need a lawyer.
That's spice. Whiskey is spice.
There are some other things that came because it was like ruled out. It was like processed as a group of rulings for things. But that was one of the more notables for me was just like that. Yeah. So
it was
no Mirandas.
Yep. But we all know. But like I said, we all know of the Miranda rights because if we've ever watched anything with a cop in it. Yeah, if you watch Law and Order, I mean, I could read somebody Miranda rights before the cop could.
Just as you're getting arrested, you just recite them yourself.
I have the right to remain silent. Anything that I say could be held against me in the court of law. I have the right to an attorney. If I waive this right, you understand? Do I understand these rights? I understand these rights.
So, what happened when you were putting him in handcuffs? He started reciting this thing. I heard older police officers say that they had to do, but they don't anymore. Some chick named Miranda. I don't know what my ex-girlfriend got to do with it, but
some about Miranda and her rights.
Was she right-handed? Because, they don't have rights anymore, so I know he won't talk about that.
A mess. A whole mess.
But to dig ourselves out of this hole that we just dug ourselves into, anything else, Sin?
So when we're not dealing with that, there are other things coming up, but I'm saving that for the you're getting into this week segment.
Look the wrong
I think
way.
I spent everything else has just been spent with like hanging out with people and people being like, let's go get dinner real quick or something like that, since it's the last time you're going to be here for a while and like doing all of that stuff.
Okay. Kev.
Yes, sir.
What you been up to this week?
Well, I'm planning for something particularly big.
Ooh.
And this week and possibly next weekend, everything will be implemented. Probably everything, if everything is smooth, everything will be implemented sometime next week, 2 weeks. Still gonna be on the current setup, but yeah, got big plans in lieu to a specific person. Thankful to that person. And let's see. Oh, we played Fall Guys. I played Fall Guys. Been playing Fall Guys free to play. That's
Yep,
been fun.
they finally made it free to play. So if you bought
Yeah,
it,
because it was
God
like,
love you.
yeah, it was one of those things. I'm like, if you bought it on Steam, if you bought it on Steam, you basically bought the Steam version and nothing else. It's not going away, but it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, nobody else can buy the Steam version. It's all on Epic now.
It's
So,
rare. So now I have a rare copy of Fall Guys. Nobody else can buy copies of Fall Guys on Steam. Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so all your I guess all if you got skins, all your skins transfer over to that. So that's fine. There's crossplay with Steam and Epic version, so that's good. I've been playing on the Xbox Series S. Thank you, Major. And so that's been kind of fun. Got my first dub.
Congratulations.
Merch was there to bear witness to that. I was pretty much doubting myself the entire time as I was scaling Fall Mountain, and I'm like, I'm getting knocked down. I'm never gonna get this thing. And then all of a sudden, I just reached up, grabbed it. Yeah, I was like, grab, and I was like, I got it. So yeah, it's literally my favorite type of battle royale. Cute, whimsical gameplay. So if Epic and I think Mediatonic are looking for like Fall Guy partners, I'm your guy because I'm gonna be playing that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be playing this. I'm gonna be playing a lot of this. I'm gonna be streaming a lot of this because when I played it on the PS4, back when it was on PS4 Plus, I was like, yo, I'm really enjoying this. I felt like there was missing more, but then it was like I stopped having PlayStation Plus, and I didn't really feel like buying it on PC because it was like some weird goings on with the PC version of that, and so I was like, I'm back. I'll just kind of like back up, and then part of me was thinking, yo, this game could easily come out on Game Pass because it really feels like a game. It could have been on Game Pass. Turns out it's free to play. So hey, we're good. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Played a few. Took a break from Sandrock for a little bit. Played some other nice games. Played a game that the moderator Brittany is very excited about called Noble Fates, where it really breaks down. It's like an indie game where there are it's like a base builder simulation type game, but you have consequences. So it's like you have consequences, like if you like kick out or execute a particular, villager or compatriot, then the others could be like, oh, I don't like that, and they can rise up against you. Or if you kicked out a particular person, that person can raise their own army and then come and attack you. So it really gives like a little depth to the simulation genre. I've been enjoying it, but it's definitely one of those games where it's like, yeah, this is fun, but I'm gonna have to watch some YouTube videos to really wrap my head around the mechanics. But it's fun enough to where like, oh, I enjoy watching these YouTube videos to try to wrap my head around the mechanics. So yeah, that's been pretty good. I was there for the praise dance. You were there for the praise dance, Merge. We had a lively praise dance for that. So yeah, but yeah, it was really a good time. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, the Steam sale just started. There's a lot of games. Oh, me and Brittany are like, you know what? I think it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, you got to fill up that hard drive.
I got a couple.
Got to fill up them hard drives, baby. That's what I did when I built my first PC. Like as I was amassing parts, a Steam sale came through. Yeah, I was like, I want this one, and I want this one, I want this one.
I got some favorites I've been sitting on for a minute, and I'm like,
now is the time.
I think your time has come. And then, be able to take another bite at Lost Ark again.
Wasn't Lost Ark the one that was melting like certain 3090s when it first came out?
No, that's Stardew Valley.
Nope.
That was my 1080. Thank you.
I think
I'm sorry, Anka's 1080. That was Anka's 1080.
No, that was New World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a different Amazon batch.
Look, so you looks like you need a new graphics card. How about we melt this one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a nice graphics card you got. Shame our game's gonna melt it. Melt it like thermite.
Feel like spending another $1,500?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with Ruin. That was the other.
The other one.
The other one.
The other.
Mm-hmm. And that was the funny part with Lost Ark. Lost Ark was successful because it was an actual game before it was like Amazon just like published it. So it's like they only just published it. I think it was like Smilegate was their developer, and it's been in Korea and Russia for like 2 and 3 years being successful, and all they just had to do was just port it over to America and Europe, West Europe, and like translate it. It's like,
so let's see, the eastern side of the world beta tested this game for you.
Mm-hmm. And so, it's successful because you didn't make it.
Yeah, we all know what happened last time Amazon made a game. Well, the first time, not the last time.
The first time.
The last time it melted graphics card. The first time it just failed.
It just failed. It just was like, eh.
So I'm gonna ask, I mean, really, Marcus, what do you think about this game? This game fucking sucks. I'm sorry, I don't say that about many things. This one right here, this shit right here, this shit fucking sucks.
As somebody who's played New World, I agree with Ruin on that one. It had a hype couple of weeks.
It did. People were talking about it.
People were talking about it. I played a lot. I joined the guild. Me and the guild didn't do much. Kind of wish I had linked up with my friends, to be honest. But it was like, I got it. I think I got it free from one of them one of the 5011 giveaways.
Was it? I thought New World was free.
Oh no, it was not free. It was like $40. It was $40.
No.
I wouldn't have played it if I was not in Mirror Stream at the right time.
Is Lost World free?
Lost World?
Yeah.
Even Lost Ark.
Whatever the name of the damn game is.
Yeah, Lost Ark is free.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like it's like an MMO, but it's in a top-down style like Diablo.
No.
That's why I like it, because it's like, this reminds me.
That game that we were shown but didn't know it was Diablo.
Yeah, that game. We didn't know it was Diablo until we knew it was Diablo. Like,
also, speaking of Diablo, as I told y'all, I figured out what that Sphere Grid game was. It was Diablo again.
Mm-hmm. It was Diablo again.
Thank you, NDI testing.
Yeah.
For watching that fucking video for hours and hours and hours.
Fixed a lot of the bugs in the last beta. Okay. Definitely look into it. I'll definitely fire up the saves and maybe check it out again. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So yeah. I bought another Mac this week.
Tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Major bought another Mac.
Major and his Macs.
I'm like, if the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, Major will buy a Mac. He will give Tim Apple and Johnny Ive money. Trust.
So yes, for Father's Day, I bought myself the Mac Studio. Of course, it's just like almost all the other Macs that I've bought in the M1 series. It is the base entry level machine that they offer, which even for these M1s is pretty fucking good. Yeah, I'm not gonna max it out, but again, an M1 Max with 32 gigabytes of RAM, that's not something to fucking just dust off either. if they're saying like the M2, like the base M2 is smoking the base Mac Pro, like that Intel Mac Pro, the cheese grater. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my M1 Max is just fine. My MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip in it, it's just fine. It's okay. We're good. Is this the Mac that Apple said beats the 3090 or whatever? It is, but again, obviously people tested that theory and it's like, yes, at a certain point it will beat a 3090, but understand the Mac will not reach the power levels of a fucking PC. So whoever is fucking like losing their shit over like those claims, even though, yes, I am still upset that they don't actually provide numbers to go with lines that they draw. So it's like, look at these lines. This is where we are. This is where they are. And trust and believe, you don't need to see any numbers. Yes, that's fucking annoying. But at the same time, having experienced these products compared to like, again, like a Ryzen 9 3900X with an RTX 3080 Ti, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Ruin, I am inclined at this point. Like, even with my M1, it's like, okay, I and a whole bunch of other people agree that the M1 is actually really fucking good. I'm sold on the M1 Pro and the M1 Max and the Threadripper, the M1 Ultra. So yeah, I spent this week converting the studio into a Mac studio. So I think after tonight, it will convert over to a mostly Mac. This will actually convert into a Mac studio. I am taking the advice of everybody, including Greta Thunberg, and shutting off my PC, but taking kind of a side approach to it because, hey, do y'all remember hibernation in Windows? No? Yeah, I bet you forgot, just like everybody else, because what was offered in Windows 7 seemed to have, or maybe even Windows XP, seemed to disappear. Nobody talks about hibernation unless you have a laptop. Like, I had to go and make sure that I wasn't making it up and it was going to do the thing I thought it was going to do, which is essentially take whatever is in RAM and store it on the hard drive. I was like, okay, yep, that's exactly what I wanted it to do. So we're going to get it to do that now. So yeah, I spent most of my week doing that. Ruben was talking about all of his migrations that he's doing, but for me at work, I'm doing amazing things. We finally pushed out a product to one of our other teams in the company. I am excited because it took me way too long to get it ready because motherfucker, like, okay, I wish someone would tell me that if you were going to implement a service on a Linux box, why the hell are there multiple configuration files that do literally the same thing, and then the service you're trying to implement doesn't tell you which fucking configuration file it wants to use that day? Sad day. It was a very, very sad day. Ran around in circles. Made me look like an idiot, but I'm glad that the people we were working with providing this server 2 understood what was going on, understood the not so much stress, but the work we were going through to get it to work. I told my manager today, I was like, normally I'm used to doing this on one machine, but having to do it on 4 machines simultaneously and not knowing which one is going to break is very stress inducing. And he was like, look, if you need, look, reach out to your coworkers, take a step back, take a break, like just relax. Like, dude, I'm sorry if this looks like stress. It's not stress. I really like doing it. It's just frustration. I'm okay though. I'm all right. I live for this shit. I will not let these machines win. I believe you are muted, Kev.
Okay, my bad. You are right. There is a fine line between stress and frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you could just be like, I love what I'm doing. I just hate this problem here.
I am going to kill this motherfucker right here.
But
But
if
I'm good.
but I know once this problem is solved, I'm just going to go drink me. I'm going to go ahead, drink me a lovely beverage, stretch, and jump back on this thing, no problem. Because again, that's just how we roll. A lot of people are like, oh my god, you look stressed out. It's like, I'm not stressed. I'm just frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm just nervous. There's other feelings outside of stress that are augmented.
It's like, trust and believe, if I wasn't in a group, if I wasn't amongst a group of people, or you didn't call me in this Google Meet, you wouldn't know. I'd let you know if I'm stressed and I'm banging my head against the wall, which I maybe should have done 3 days ago. But as I told them, I had a feel like, so I solved the problem I was working on Friday, and I told them, I said, look, the only reason why I did not say anything is because I knew it was one line of code, and I'm not going to sit there and stress anybody out over one line of code. I did that for 3 days. And then when I found that one line of code, I was mad because I just predicted the future. I knew it. I knew it was going to be one line of code. Just the one. And then this week, it turned out to be a letter. Something was flipped to yes, and I needed to flip it to no. Or just, it was flipped to Y. I needed to flip it to N. And couldn't find it for the life of me. One fucking letter. One character. But we're good now. Everything's been pushed out. Everybody's happy. So now I kind of get to ride into the weekend, stress-free. And I'll go into what I'm doing tomorrow at the end of the show. Let's see. You got to re-enable. Yeah, so with the hibernation, I have to go back. I've got the steps to do it. I just got to follow it. I've been really busy trying to get the Mac part of the studio set up, so I haven't been able to re-enable the hibernation setting in Windows 11. But I have the steps to do it. I'm going to do that after I finish editing the show. And luckily tomorrow we're starting no meeting. I'll say this. We're starting no meeting Fridays tomorrow. And I've already put in my updates for what I've done what I've done today and what I'm going to do tomorrow, which means that if nobody calls me, I will be there doing my work until I need to step out of the house tomorrow for things coming up. But yeah, I might just roll out of bed a little late tomorrow because I'll be too busy trying to get this shit ready. But with all that being said, we've got some tech, gaming, and for the first time in a long time, some streaming nugs to talk about. So let's get into the news, shall we? Starting off with Discord doing what Twitch won't, not showing the wrong screen. This is what happens when you install new monitors, which is also something I did 10 minutes before the stream started. So bear with me for just a second as I adjust some displays. There we go. And there we go. Discord introduces new moderation tools, including AutoMod. Discord has unveiled some new tools for server managers, including an AutoMod function that'll help moderators safeguard their communities more effectively. With AutoMod tool, moderators can automatically detect, filter, and block selected keywords and set up alerts that show when hurtful words are being posted by users. Discord's premium. Oh, what?
Is it kind of like, so we get to take like the 3 or 4 bots that y'all are using for this and just use the innate tools of Discord? That's nice.
Discord's premium membership option is also expanding following its introduction in December last year. The membership will offer exclusive tools to users, including an analytics dashboard, free trials to offer community members, and custom server emojis. And I just ran out of storage space on my hard drive. Hooray! So we're going to say that the show might be a little delayed because I'll have to download it from Twitch. And I don't want to hear it from anybody. If anybody talks about my fucking storage, I'm coming for you.
I'm like, I ain't heard what I think I heard.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut it. Shut it. I was installing a whole bunch of games to test some shit the other night. That's the reason why I ran out of storage.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Okay. You know what? Sure. It's just one. It's just a C drive. Yeah. I was installing games. Ruin, you were here for those, weren't you? I could have sworn you were here for that when I was playing those games. Yeah, actually you were. I was playing Cyberpunk for the first time on this channel. Because that's the default. That's why. I thought about it. Look, I'm gonna make some decisions. I'm making some changes. Look, I'm working and optimizing this shit. Don't come for me today. Today is not the day. Tycho, excuse me, I'm gonna get to the big camera here again. As I've stated multiple times, this isn't a flex. It's a cry for help. Thank you. Now, who wants to talk about this Discord stuff? So leave my damn storage alone. It's coming, Ruin. The NAS will come eventually. Eventually, I will get off of this bullshit of being like, but I've got the Linux box in the closet. I don't need the NAS. And actually buy the fucking NAS. I talked myself into it, then talked myself out of it.
Now that's the surprise. When you talk yourself out of storage.
Remember that problem I said I had a couple of weeks ago, Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it happened. That's how much I wanted it. That's how much I wanted that other thing. So I could totally just buy that now. Nah, but what if?
A absolute.
You know what? I think I might try to make that into a GIF merge. I want to make that into a GIF. It's not a flex. It's a cry for help.
Mm-hmm. Zoom in too. Like it's not a flex. It's a cry for help. See.
Tucker says, I like the energy from Discord, but not the implications. There's another part two. The platform also announced 2 new resources for moderators, Discord community resources and Discord admin community. The former is an educational center created by experienced community leaders to help newer mods develop their skills and servers. The latter is a space run by Discord staff that lets the aforementioned community leaders connect in one place. I mean, I'm with Tycho. Like, I do like this is all good news. I still don't like. I wonder if it's enough. It's definitely more than what Twitch has ever given us.
That's for damn sure.
Sin, thoughts?
About this? Is this kind of like, cool, thumbs up?
I mean, like
having auto mod tools and being able to be like, hey, we can use those now.
As a mod in many places, I figured you may have some thoughts. Like my community, for the most part, except for Ruin, at times, well behaved. So I mean, yeah.
It's one of those tools that I like just for the sake of. I would rather have them than not have them.
That part. Mm-hmm.
Ruin.
Anytime someone just goes, hey, here's some moderation tools, and specifically in this scenario, not because something bad has happened, but because there's that you have the tools that you need to head that off at the pass before it ever becomes an issue. Preventative moderation tools, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, the reason why I like the auto mod stuff. I took a look at it and it's like, okay, yeah, I see where a lot of this stuff is. I think I've implemented some of the new stuff. But it's a thing of like, sure, I implemented it, but will it ever flag? Will anything ever trigger? I feel like now that I'm saying any of this, Ruin will immediately just run to the server and then try to trip it up somewhere.
How dare you? Impugning Ruin's character like this?
Multiple times.
My goodness.
Multiple times. How dare? How very dare?
It couldn't be me out here.
All right,
I'm trying to defend you. I'm trying to defend you out here, Ruin. You don't deserve this.
That is slandering my good name. Just because he can't implement it correctly.
Yeah, I can't. I couldn't. I don't know how. Well, Sanders, I will stop slandering your good name because there is a good person's name that I don't even need to slander. He just does it himself. I'm just speaking truth to power at this point. SpaceX fires at least 5 employees who criticize free speech absolutist Elon Musk.
With his musky ass.
You know what I'm going to say? Well, actually, here, let's go ahead and give everybody a pop quiz, including, our co-host here.
Ooh.
What is Sin going to say?
Fuck him.
Who this man?
I'm gonna give everybody time. I'm gonna give y'all a whole minute.
Do 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 do.
I mean, you should just have that song on cue at this point.
Ooh, jeez.
Commit, Major. Commit.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ain't been the same.
You know what?
I know.
I'm just gonna.
Let's see. Ruin says the Biden eye won't have any issues. Tycho says something about being dusty and unwashed, perhaps unmoisturized.
I need everyone to understand
That Tycho is right.
that Elon put forth the fact that he is a free speech absolutist. And that was part of his mini campaign for trying to become a primary shareholder in Twitter and leading to the reform of things that you could do and capabilities and what was considered hate speech and all of this other stuff. But there is just a way that like you'll be out here saying the wildest things and still like the allure of several things like power and just like the whole being in a privileged situation will have you fucked up. It is the way that this man is just kind of like, I believe that people should be able to say whatever they want, but not to challenge me. No, that will just cost you things. And this man would then turn around and say, you shouldn't be fired for speaking your mind about things. This feels an incredible lot like Republicans. This feels a lot like conservatives. This feels a lot like rich people in general. And it's exhausting. Like I just looked at this and of course you did, Elon. Of course you did. Of course the person who says everyone should have a right to speak all then just went, but not you.
Mm-hmm. You're like, oh good. Not you though. Keep that shit to yourself.
You want to know what the justice in the universe is? The balance.
Gasp.
Oh, hold on for a moment. To call like he was ever going to. If you don't get out of here, we knew the jig. We're not going to do that.
He ain't
We're
vote
not
for
gonna
that
do
Johnson dude. What was the libertarian dude? Gary Johnson.
So, you want to know what the justice in the universe is? The thing that waters my crops, that brings moisture to my skin, that gives pep to my step and energy to my bones, is the fact that their child is part of the, what we lovingly refer to around here at least, as the alphabet mafia, and has decided to...
Excuse me real quick before we go. I don't want to assume, but is that okay to say? I'm just making sure.
If you're not Dave Chappelle and on that bullshit, there is like there is kind of like an in-group thing of being like, yeah, that probably fits actually.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Right. But it's one of those things where it'll be one of those, if you take the care to ask about it that you're taking with me, you should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, the fact that their child went, one, fuck you, I never want to be associated with you again, and I am trying to file for a way to not have you be my parent legally as soon as possible, and I'm changing my fucking name because this is bullshit. And I'm just like, won't he do it? Mm-hmm. Won't he do it?
Mm-hmm. No longer Muskie.
The God who sits high and looks low allowed me to read that headline today.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No longer Muskie. Musk free.
He was with Sia, right? No,
he was
Grimes.
No,
Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck that up too.
Yeah.
Like, I was about to say,
Which honest,
like, if he was with Sia, like,
he
Sia's on some shit
for
herself.
Grimes.
So
Yeah. Didn't even know his child's name.
oh
So,
yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things like, well,
And
I mean,
that's
when
your
you're like
child's name, bro.
But
not
it's
like your
mathematical proof 36. Like that thing was
not
like an
that
equation.
one.
Like
Not that one.
Yes, they asked him about his child Pythagoras theorem, and said Pythagoras.
Wait, was it Pythagoras theorem?
No, it's a whole like.
No, I'm
bunch of
asking, was the
letters.
child they were asking about that one specific? I thought it
Yes.
was.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
I thought,
And
I
they
thought it was
said-
a child
and
with a normal name.
And they
No.
said the name. And
No, they
Musk
took the
was
time
like,
to make sure to learn the name and
Learn the
learn
name.
how to pronounce it correctly,
Pronounce it.
and then mention it in an interview. And Elon was like, "Huh?
Whoomst? Who are you talking about? And he was like, oh, my kid? Oh. Yeah,
Sir,
that's
you
fine.
have a child.
Right. You have
You
a
are
whole
hiding
baby.
a child.
It's like I ain't never seen a man hide a child this crazy since Adonis. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
I mean, if we start doing that, we're gonna have to start a whole discourse on house music, and we're not getting into that today.
That man shamed you into being a daddy. Look at you. Shamed you into fatherhood. Who would have thought?
You know what? Ron Johnson must have learned how to avoid people like from Elon Musk.
Oh, just pretend to be on the phone and with like, I can see your lock screen.
Bro, what are you doing?
I see your lock screen, bro. You ain't fooling nobody, man.
Rules
right,
of
let me just
failure,
go ahead
call
and play.
101. Call somebody. If
Call
it's a
Louis' phone.
voicemail, just call them.
Okay.
Call
No.
Movie Phone.
Like,
That ain't
no,
been a
like
thing for years, but call
major.
them.
To be fair, the black community has yet to recover from the fact that Kelly Rowland had a whole song about how Nelly didn't call her back when she was trying to text him or page him apparently from an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
We still haven't recovered.
We have not recovered from that.
I forgot about that shit.
We have not recovered. We have not recovered from the fact that she was in cells, like typing out. Should have been typing out facts and figures.
Look.
on a spreadsheet.
IFTTT will save my text messages in a Google Sheets document. I'm just saying, maybe there was a legitimate reason why she was in an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe it was automated from her
Or-
T9 cell phone going to Excel. You don't know what
Or-
technology they had back then in 2004.
They had sidekicks. They could have messaged. They just did poorly. That was a bad director's choice. It was a bad director's choice.
It still reminds me, one, of the fact that, Apple created a fucking Crocs looking case for the iPhone 5C with holes that lined up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It looked awful.
Yep.
And in an episode of Modern Family, one of the actors had that phone with that case and was holding it upside down.
Yep.
And was just talking. I thought she was faking the phone call, but she took it, put her hand over the earpiece, which was where the microphone was supposed to be. Said, "Do you mind?" And then went back to this fake ass phone call. But then I also wonder, am I the only one who caught that? Like, do y'all not know that cell phone was? I think it's obvious, right? Y'all seen this case before.
Listen, the fact that they spotted a Starbucks coffee cup in an episode of Game of Thrones pretty much proves you weren't the only one that noticed that.
Okay.
The internet.
So, what we're gonna say here, I'm also over the Ashen Ones referring to Elon as an African American.
Musky ass.
So, for everybody's notes who isn't aware of that whole thing, it is one of those things that is kind of like, well, technically, Elon was from or born in and or grew up in South Africa, and therefore, and it's kind of like, considering that your whole heritage and lineage is from the people who colonized this place, and that, continue to make that place miserable for people, I think we can just go ahead and keep that out of your mouth. Also, every single person who called you that has used it to be racist. So I think we can just go ahead and cancel that whole order and send it back. The fries are dry. They're under-seasoned and overcooked. Everything here is late. And your decorations come from the 1950s. And I mean the bad part of the 1950s. So maybe we don't. Signed, management. The male militia can now return back to their base.
Yep. Find you the joy. Live in your money. Find your joy. Delete your Twitter account and be rich under a rock somewhere. Leave people alone.
Ruin. You know they did. I don't know why you're asking.
Ruin my.
Ruins ruined fries.
They put raisins in them fries.
Why?
I like alien the fries.
Okay, wait a second.
I mean, that's actually decent though.
Yeah, whoa.
Now that I mention it does sound delicious.
Yeah, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, boy. Watch your mouth.
Not on further reflection. Yeah, you're right.
Editor's note.
Upon further
editor's note. We're talking about normal mayo, not garlic aioli.
Mm-hmm.
Upon
further review.
I retract my statement. Thank you.
I retract my statement.
No further questions.
Because those fries would indeed slap. No further questions.
Ruin, weren't you the one who was talking about that terrible ass cookout that one time?
Can we have a moment of silence for Ruin, please? And or alternately, can we get an F in chat for Ruin? I feel like F in chat for Ruin is appropriate at this moment.
There you go.
I might have to see my chat rules every time I type in my chat. Just remember, asshole, don't fuck this up.
What do we got going on here?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yes, it was a barbecue. All right. Next up. Apple Store of Maryland makes history by voting to unionize.
Hey, unionize them all.
I love to see it, and I can already see like people rallied up against it because they don't believe that people should have nice things. But absolutely yes.
Mm-hmm. They'll be all right. The time of the unions is coming. So y'all had about a good 30, 40 years of globalization. You thought, oh yeah, that's good. But nah, you messed up. Unions. Do it. Union all the things. What was someone?
Tycho said to hold it. What are we holding? I feel like he's taking a while. He's typing a paragraph now. Well, I guess while we hold it, as reported by CNBC, employees at the Apple Store in Townsend, Maryland, voted 65 for and 33 against a call to join the Machinist Union. Oh, no paragraph. I'll hold it. The W.
Mm-hmm.
If you aren't happy about ruin those words. I'll get back to it later. I have feelings about it, but I'm gonna be like,
as noted by CNBC, the National Labor Relations Board still needs to verify the votes before Apple must begin negotiations with the union. Now I got again, like, if anybody, like, no, Grant, there is a lot of people who need who should be unionizing, but Apple Store employees, like, after sitting going through that shit of everybody searching bags when you're coming in and leaving.
That was the last straw, really, because it's like, dude.
And those motherfuckers work hard too. I'm gonna tell you how effective, like, how efficient these motherfuckers are.
No, continue, because I have some thoughts here.
So when I went to the Apple Store Sunday to pick up the Mac Studio, like, my wife and kid were with me. It took, like, I think I was in there for maybe 15 to 20 minutes total. There are no products outside of a store, but when you say you are buying something, you know what the fuck you want. You tell them, I want this. As they are getting information from you to purchase the thing, from out of nowhere, from out of a wood panel somewhere, a person shows up with the product. It's sitting there on the table, and by the time you swiped your card, you are walking out, and you're like, where the fuck did this box come from? Because remember, there is no product on the floor. No product that you can buy except for, like, phone cases and accessories or and some shit. No phones, no tablets, no computers. None of that is on the floor that you can just pick up, scan it, and buy. And just walk out. It was so quick. My wife was, I didn't even see him grab a computer. Where did he get it from? I happened to see the other guy. Yes, I know I am running out of storage. You do not have to tell me. I saw the second guy come up. But with her, like, I guess, kind of wrangle Caden, she didn't notice, and she was like, yeah, where the fuck did that thing come from? I said, yeah, the guy just came and bought it. What? I didn't even see it. It was so fast. And that's how hard those motherfuckers work. To be treated like that.
Yeah. And I'm sure with a lot of people, you know, that they love their jobs. And I've always said people love their jobs, but their jobs don't love them. Like, it's just where it's like, I like doing what I do. I think oftentimes a lot of us are, like, fine with the job, and if we're not fine with the job, we just don't work there. But I think a good chunk of us are fine with the job, but the job, when the minutia of trying to work the job, trying to deal with the job, trying to deal with the corporate guidelines and stuff, that gets in the way of the job of us doing what we love or what we enjoy or what excites us. And when it gets to that point when the job is, like, really fundamentally messing with you and not really paying you your coins, that's when it's like, yep, time to act up. Because it's like, I love my job, love continue working here, but y'all need to, you know, get these working conditions and funds a little bit better. Y'all are making billions of dollars, and y'all need to kick that back to your employees.
Well, like, the problem that we have, you know, like, it's just like, you know, capitalism 101 here, right? Where you just have, I really like the work that I'm doing, but also I've been doing this work and providing value and making it easier for you to make more money than you were ever going to spend in several lifetimes. So if I ask you for a little bit more money relative to the amount in the increasing amounts of effort, by the way, because it is very rare, unless you work at a company that has been established for, like, dozens of years, that you ever get a job where you start in a position doing a thing and your responsibilities never change. They don't ask you to work outside of work hours or any of that stuff. There's always some kind of expansion of those responsibilities, or them being like, we need to hire like the top of the line, most professional, most ambitious, driven, go-getting people. And then when these people want to also go get extra money for these paychecks, y'all are like, I don't know.
Y'all asking for too much.
Right.
And it like there's like that also that sense of entitlement where people will literally give you advice, and this is kind of a companion to what Kevin just said, right? Where they're just like, you should expect people in the earlier parts of your career to shortchange you or to undervalue you or to not give you what you deserve, and you're supposed to just deal with it until you get to a point where you can leverage. Well, where's that point, for one? And for two, why do y'all as a company, as leaders, think that it is okay for you to employ people and be like, well, I'm not going to pay you what you're worth, but also you're really early on in your career, so it's fine. Or you're new to the company, so that's okay. If you don't run me my goddamn coins.
Like, isn't it Netflix who says we want the best employees? We want the people who are the best at what they do or some shit?
No, like Netflix had a whole, like people really thought that was a good idea when Netflix dropped that whole thing of being like, they have really high turnover because they're just like, we hire the people who are the best at a particular role, and when they're not the best at that particular role, they piece them out and they give them whatever severance bonus or whatever. And it's kind of like the way that y'all handle getting like recruiting people
that
and
is a fucking contractor, like, bruh. What the fuck nonsense is that?
Making
bullshit?
Like no effort to really like upskill them or retain them. Like, let me go ahead and tell you, Sin, your favorite in the show, I'm probably assuming. I'm kidding. Probably not. Honestly speaking, if you have a favorite, it should be Kev. So here's the thing. Your boy, Sin, was sitting here in the middle of these meetings where they were just like, we've just opened up a whole new career center where you can learn all of these things for personal development and other stuff. And I'm like, what about succession planning? What about career pathing?
Upward mobility.
What about negotiations? Where are y'all with in this? And they're just like, oh, well, we're not there yet. We'll probably be there in about a year. And it's just like the way that this whole thing is set up to make it so difficult for you to advance while they're asking you for maximum output at all times. It's kind of like the fact that my minimal effort is still enough to keep y'all, like to keep things moving, is what y'all are going to have to get from me. Because if y'all are going to take the time to not, like, here's the thing. If you're not paying me according to my effort, then that means either I need more money or I should be making less effort. And you want to know what? All things being considered, I'll just make less effort. That's fine. And then when you come to me and be like, we need you to do more things, I'm like, bet, happy to help you. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that pay raise though.
But they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
And because companies won't be willing to do right, and specific to this article with Apple and everything else, I want to run this back about a week. Because Apple said to some people who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community who work there, it sure would be a shame, not to be disrespectful or to cause alarm or whatever, but it sure would be a shame if part of your health, like, you know, these unions and stuff popping up might put some of the benefits you have for like medications you need or like things that you have to have for gender affirming like stuff that you do, might put some of those things in danger, might put some of your benefits at risk if y'all unionize. So you might want to talk to your friends and tell them like, maybe this union thing isn't a good idea. And they unionize anyway. I just want, I you know, something, Apple, I hope you get it, but you probably won't.
No. But see, they're not gonna get it. But I want those in power to give it to their people. They ain't gonna understand it, but I want them to be begrudgingly and angry as they continue to count them coins and have someone standing over them with their arm folded, tapping a foot, holding a ruler, being like, you better pay them coins.
Like, and And see, while we're talking about all of this, I want you to keep in mind that this is in an industry, because this is tech and specifically, this is in an industry where if you get an interview with things and it's not on a fast track because people know you or have recommended you, these things take 3 or 4 levels of interviews and multiple months or weeks in between for them to email you back and all of this other stuff, only for them to underpay you when they finally get you. Child, if you don't get out of here. Get out of my mentions, leave, exit immediately. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say all of that about that for right now. But like there are essays if y'all would like them.
Mm-hmm. Support the workers.
Next, in more of the Apple Store in Maryland unionizing, Biden expresses pride for the first Apple Store to form a union, says everybody is better off. But who said that first? I think I did. I said that. Just better off. Just leave them the fuck alone.
Oh, Biden.
Biden still owe me $600.
On the one hand, the encouragement is nice. On the other hand,
Yeah.
Hey Biden, there are a lot of people who are doing things that you could probably do. I'm not saying that you have a magic wand to fix everything, but you could probably do just a little, like a modicum more than you were currently doing for the people under your constituency, which is literally the entire nation, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind me. I'm just doing a little bit of work over here. In more Apple news, iOS 16 has a new feature that will rid the web of the pesky CAPTCHA verification puzzles.
You said rid the web.
That's what they said. I just read it. It's on the screen. So it's not going to be there. So.
I mean, that's if you have Apple devices.
I mean, yeah. Wow, really? That is a wild split. So Sin, just so you know, it's very even. Between me, you, Kev, and Anka, we all got 3 votes.
The 4-way split. We are loved equally.
Yes.
I know that some of y'all were just looking at this and being like, I'm gonna be the vote that evens this stuff out.
Oh boy. That was the first time I've ran a poll on this channel. That was pretty fun. Thank you, Sin, for that inspiration. There's also a poll on Twitter if you want to vote there too. Because I want to get to the bottom of this. With the release of iOS 16 this year, Apple is taking steps towards eliminating the need for those pesky captchas around the web. A new feature called Private Access Tokens will use a combination of details about your device and your Apple ID to inform a website that you are a legitimate user rather than a robot. In turn, this allows you to completely bypass the CAPTCHA step.
Good. At least we don't have to be like, at least on specific phones, you don't have to go like, which one of these is a crosswalk? And then you'd be like, wait, is that a piece of crosswalk over there? Or is that a piece of crosswalk down there? Did I get all the crosswalk? Like, did I find all the helicopters? Wait, was that child holding a helicopter toy? I'm not really sure. Did that count? I don't. So, thanks, pretty cool.
As you should expect from Apple, this process is done with privacy in mind. Servers are able to request tokens using a new HTTP authentication method called Private Token. These tokens are then used as part of a cryptographic process to confirm to the server that the client was able to pass an attestation check. Okay, does anybody know what that word means?
What
I'm
word?
looking up.
was that word?
Attestation.
Oh no.
Evidence
I'm
or
just-
proof of something.
Oh, yeah. Like normally, it's like a written thing.
Okay. Apple explains that these cryptographic situations are unlinkable, which means servers that receive tokens can only check that they are valid, but they cannot discover client identities or recognize clients over time. Apple notes that companies including Fastly and Cloudflare are already developing support for this new privacy pass standard. In fact, both of these companies have already enabled their issuer services. Other companies will be able to sign up later this year through Apple's website. Cloudflare. Do I use them? I do. Ooh, does that mean if I sign into Cloudflare, it would be nice if this actually also bypasses two-factor authentication.
That's a problem.
Would it be though?
If it bypasses if it bypasses two-factor stuff specifically, I would be like, I don't know about that.
But the device will be the second factor though. Because think about, I mean, it would be the same issue if somebody had your phone and had your password, and then also had your Authy app.
That's fair. Well, I mean, if it's the exact same, then maybe.
I would imagine, like, in order for it to pass by in order for it to send the token to have it be authenticated, you would need to unlock with like Face or Touch ID. I think that's how you would do it. They're not, I mean, it's already enabled. People are testing it, but it's not like it's saying how does it go through it. I said, because it says the process factors and certificates stored in your iPhone, iPad, or Mac secure enclave. So it's locked in that thing that nothing else has access to. So I imagine in order for data to come out of it, it would have to be unlocked through a biometric on an Apple device. Sitaka says Google has attestation checks, but they are built into Android. That being said, we still have to do CAPTCHAs at least on Pixel devices. Yep. Doing CAPTCHAs on mobile devices fucking suck. And O'Grady555, thank you for that follow. I would imagine that managing certs from a mobile device won't be fun. But see, I mean, I think websites are having to sign up for this Apple service, so I imagine nothing is done on the phone end. All the servers doing, like all Cloudflare is doing is they're asking the phone, hey, do you have this thing? Oh, you do? We'll take it. Okay, that's cool. It says you are a valid person, and then it just goes on about its business. Like if it fails the check, then you get the CAPTCHA. It would be nice if this would turn into an open standard instead of it being locked down to just iOS devices, though. I mean,
nice.
I mean, Microsoft, Google, and Apple are working towards a passwordless future, so I mean, at least that's kind of open. Seems that those are the big three OS people.
Big three.
Oh, supply chain. Oh, supply chain. When will you stop being a major inconvenience? Mm-hmm. MacBook repair parts facing delays. Apple letting customers take devices back home while waiting for parts. On the one side, this is great, but
yeah,
if your screen busted and you trying to get that Apple Care to cover that screen, that screen, you're just gonna come home with just busted. Was it that Bill Hader? Was it? I think it was a T-Mobile commercial where it's like his cell phone plan wouldn't let him upgrade his phone, so he always had that busted up phone. Every time he tried to unlock it, he kept cutting himself.
If it kept cutting his fingers, all his fingers were all cut up. Wild.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my Apple Care. There's no screen replacements for my phone, so Apple had to send me back my phone. So like, Ah, hello. Or on a FaceTime call and they're trying to show you something. Dude, what the? It's like a kaleidoscope. I don't know what that is. Oh, Grandma, that's you. My bad.
I can't read my text.
Jump off the bridge at noon.
Oh, rad.
Ready, set, data, rating with a party of 4. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for tuning in to to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Dunce, thank you for that follow. I imagine that's Dunce. It looks like Dunce. I'm gonna assume it's Dunce.
It is. It's two ends.
Okay, cool. So yeah, for some things this is great. For others, I don't know. But then again, too, I guess if it's gonna take like 2 weeks for like a screen or a battery to show up, you know, I hate that everybody's just showing that the stream is just in tatters today. My bot's not working. I ran out of hard drive space.
Gotta power through. Gotta power through, Major.
I am.
Dig deep.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you produce your own show. You don't rely on anybody else. It's like, well, fuck it. This is all my fault, I guess.
Yep, spinning plates.
Oh, like if y'all are looking for properly melanated tech streams, you've come to a good place because this is one of a few, and we'll do you right out here.
Hey. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's good, like especially if you have a device that still works. There's no need to let them hold it for 2 weeks until, you know, you finally get that battery or that screen or your camera fixed. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it home. Now, this could have been stream news, but because it involves computer hardware, I put it here in the tech. Thousands of PC parts go up for auction from the defunct Artesian Builds.
Defunct.
Hand clap of praise.
Hand clap of praise. Hand clap of praise. This is the blessing of Peru.
Mm-hmm.
This is the blessing of Peru.
This is what happens. Apple, I hope you looked at Artesian Builds and you paid attention. This is what happens when you look at the people. This is what happens when you forget about the people who made you and you have the nerve to say, get on live stream as part of like the Frosted Fellowship and go, look here, peasants. You should be thankful to even be considered worthy of our gaze. This is what happens.
And there's the
now
reroll.
look at you. I'm not saying that this is part of a thing later, but you want to know what popped that off as what a black creator at the time, or like a creator. I can't remember if it was a black person specifically, or just like a general like melanated person who brought up like, hey, there's like a very big gap of difference between the way you're treating us and the way that you're treating everybody else. What's up with that? And they just went, it's the numbers, it's the viewership, it's this and it's that. And people were just like, okay, but I have the same level of viewership and y'all did far more for this person than this. So what's going on here? And like, they just went, well, listen. And then they had the nerve to go, well, we don't really do social media really well. And we're not good with talking to people. And therefore, and they all did this all on a live stream that you could go and look up. Because I know someone was petty enough to keep that archive.
You also don't do taxes very well, apparently.
So like, and then it sparked an outrage that led to an audit that led to them shutting down the whole company in 5 days. And now you're out here having to pass off parts like Wendy Williams furniture. Just gather it, Lord. Gather it.
Literally giving these much deserved parts and PCs the homes that they desire. The homes of people who want them. The homes of people that actually want them. It's beautiful. I mean, that in itself is a beautiful thing in these trying and troubling times when people are trying to find these parts. They can take solace knowing that they have access to parts. So, That's thankful though, because when I looked at them pictures myself, I was taken aback. The level of just stuff that they had in storage, and I'm just floored and flabbergasted. Like I mean, the level of like CPU coolers, like liquid CPU coolers, just stacks and stacks and stacks of coolers. That was just wild to me. Like, say, oh, they're not. Yeah, they're not auctioning the data. The data's out there. It's just out. It's it's not in. They are just. Oh, look at them coolers. Look at the dark rocks. Just sitting. Look at them. Look at that. Look at all them Corsair coolers. Look at them 3060s.
So 2 lots of PC parts from the companies California and North Carolina. Now that's what got me. North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Sin, when you get here, we're going to Splunkin'.
Mm-hmm. We sure are.
We sure are. Splunkin'. 2 lots of PC parts from the company's California and North Carolina sites will be sold to the highest bidder via Zoom. Each lot will be sold as a combined purchase, with new bids having to be made in $5,000 increments or more. That means your average PC builder is likely priced out of the affair. Other PC building companies may well be interested in the haul, however, as the 2 lots include pretty much everything they would require to build a lot of machines, such as 43 partially built PCs, 413 cases, 360 CPUs, 359 PSUs, 219 RAM kits, 283 coolers, 167 solid state drives and hard disk drives, 59 graphics cards, and 346 motherboards. There is also office equipment and miscellaneous tools included in the sales, which at one time would have served Artesian Builds roughly 50 employees. This equipment can be seen in the various images of the company's 2 locations included in the legal notice of the sale, most of which appears to have been left as it was during the company's final days of operation. Artesian Build is said to have held on to around $917,595 worth of inventory at the time of its closure, so you do expect large sums of money to exchange hands at the auction for the leftover goods. Who wants to start a PC building company with ya boy? We have pretty much everything for an office except the office.
So what we're going to do is start a company building computers. We're going to build exactly 100 of them, and then the company disappears.
It's like a pop-up shop that will sit around for a bit and then just not exist.
Yep. Wild.
Let's see, I don't know about them, but my parts guy was forced about all of that to get GPUs. If you wanted a 3080, you had to buy 3 coolers, a power supply, and an SSD. Yeah, don't you hate it when you're trying to get the one thing and they bundle it with everything else?
Yeah.
Stairs and GameStop.
New egg.
I mean, but I did get an Xbox Series X though.
New egg shuffle.
Well, I mean, at least you get the I mean, that one is just the product. It's not bundled, is it? With the shuffle, it's bundled too? Damn. So glad I stood outside that Best Buy.
That's what I'm saying. You did the best thing by
right.
saying
I just stood outside of a Best Buy.
I'm literally like saying to Mr. Major, you did the best thing by waiting in line at the Best Buy.
That's just how fucking stubborn I am. I'm not paying these ridiculous prices.
You paid MSRP and got what you need.
And a Founders Edition card too. It looks so sexy. I'm telling you, these RTX, these NVIDIA made Founders Edition cards are some good looking shit, bruh. And now not the best bit of news that I wish I didn't see, but yeah, I'm really thinking about it, kinda, maybe just a little bit. 1.5 terabytes in a micro SSD.
Yeah.
How sway?
Yeah, they go up to 2. They go up to 2. I'm surprised. It's funny. It's funny that they have like the 0.5, the 1.5s though.
But it's a micro SD, not just the SD card.
Oh, I was
Micro.
right the first time.
Micro.
I was right the first time.
So it's a 2 terabyte micro SD card.
They're not cheap. I'm just wild that they have 1.5s. That was one thing I'm like, 1.5s? We're about to see.
I only see 1 terabyte. That is a 2 terabyte CF Express card.
Like I say, requirements go up to 2. So
the spec, the spec would go up to 2, but there isn't one yet. It's like we are prepared.
Yeah,
but the card hasn't been made yet.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's there, but it's like I know it's coming.
I mean, it has to be now. Like 1 point. This is here.
Like 1.5 is weird to me because I would have been like, just make it 2. Just
do you not know how much engineering had to go into 1.5?
Then they could have just took that time and made
they all
2.
looking at you and just put it's like that little hitch meme. Like, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's like you made 1, now double it.
What do you want from me?
More. But yeah, that's dope though.
Oh my god. I think the Switch does.
Yeah, it supports up to 2.
Oh wait, no. Tycho says they don't exist because the class doesn't exist yet.
Get on it, developers. More.
Look, I mean the way. So, all right. Speaking of storage. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I'll get to this. I'm gonna get through this real quick. So I'm not sure if people have seen the teardown of the Mac Studio.
Mm-hmm.
And how there's a fucking NVMe SSD in there. And there are 2 M.2 slots. Which you would assume means that you could expand the storage of this motherfucker, right?
Right.
No. For some reason, there is 2 M.2 slots. There is a NVMe in there. But you can't do anything with it, and it pisses me off.
You think they're waiting for like a hardware unlock, basically like a software unlock to unlock the potential?
It would be nice. It would be nice if there was some way to software unlock it. I'm
Right.
wondering if this is a limitation of their implementation of ARM. And like they probably built it that because like what shit, there's really no other way we can implement storage. This is what we got, and we can only get these boards. But it seems weird because like this is a custom made board. Why put 2 M.2 slots there?
See, that's what they did with the PS5. It wasn't when it came out.
Is it M.2? Oh, it's M.2 connector, but it's not a full SSD. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Merge with the information.
Hey, I'll take it. Like it was something that MKBHD. I think he didn't open it. He thought about somebody opening it, and then somebody did open it, and they found it, and they were trying to do something with it, and they couldn't.
Right.
And at that point, it's like, well, fuck it. If you can't, it's almost like the Xbox Series X and S. It's like, well, shit. I mean, it's there. we could do something with it, but nope, there's like a limitation somehow. Okay, I'm over it. I've resided with the fact that I cannot expand the storage internally. Luckily, with the Mac Studio, there are more ports on this than probably any other Mac in existence now. God bless it, the I/O on the back of this thing is amazing. So like I'm okay, finding external hard drives for it. It's fine. I'm not at a lack of ports now to where it's gonna bug me. But it's why I'm looking at like SSD. I'm looking at SD cards. There's one thing I like though. There's one thing I saw that looks interesting if I didn't use my SD card slot on my Macs. Let's see. I think it was it a jet drive? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's like this little card that's about has the form factor of an SD card. Now, I keep wanting to say SSD because we very rarely talk about SD cards on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's like the card that's like it has like the little form factor of an SD card, but it's like chopped in half or something like that. So it slides in and is flush with the MacBook. So it's like it just sits in there flush, you don't see it, and it adds up to like a terabyte of storage. And I've been thinking about getting that, and it's like, I could put that in my Mac Studio, but I kind of do use my SD card slot. So yeah, I'm looking at external drives now. But for those who don't, who have Macs, or I assume this will work with any fucking laptop that takes an SD card. They just like put this in there and it'll just say flush with your laptop or whatever and give you like an extra up to a terabyte. But yeah, this thing right here, this is good for like your Switch games, Steam Deck. Imagine like they use it, photographers and videographers as an example too. Like the fact that shit can live on your camera forever now. Oh, the controller's on the chip, so you can only put the storage chip in that. Oh. Okay, that's dope. That's pretty smart. But wait, in that case, if that's how they're handling the storage on the Mac Studio, could that in theory mean that you can still expand the storage of the Mac Studio only if Apple never mind. Yep. I see where that's going. It's a nice option to have, but boy, that shit's going to be fucking expensive if they let you come in after the fact and expand that storage. I hate that I've spoken that into existence, and this is terrible. And as Sin and a lot of people would say on the Bird app, I hate it here. I love how when I talk about storage, everybody tunes out.
Just letting you live your life, Major.
It is my best life. Federal privacy law hits Democrat roadblock after early Republican one. Now when I read this, I was like, oh, fuck it. What the fucking Joe Manchin do this time? But surprisingly, it was not Joe Manchin.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually Chuck Schumer.
Oh, Chuck.
Chucky Schumer.
Chuck Schumer, man.
Sorry, SSD controller is on the M1, storage chips going in the slot. So wait a second. So then essentially I should be able to use any SSD, right? And we'll talk about it. We can take this to the Discord. I am interested in following up on that. I would love to keep up with that, the Mac Studio SSD situation, because if there is a way to upgrade the storage in that, I would like to know. And yeah, I thought it was going to be some petty shit with this article, But no, I actually took the time to read it and understand it, which is something I very rarely I do. I read them. But this one in particular, because I was going to ignore it because, politics, move on. But apparently, these are two, so it's like Washington State. Oh, Chuck Schumer is New York. I thought it was California, but he's not. He's New York. Who more you know? Oh yeah, he does kind of look like a New Yorker. Senate Commerce Chair Maria Cantwell from Washington and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer from New York are both opposing the privacy law that is currently in front of the Senate right now because of the fact that they're saying that it is too lax. And it kind of like, it was weird. So, well, if you have a privacy bill that could do something, why not have it? But the thing I failed to realize is there are a lot of states who have privacy laws in effect, but some of them are more lax than others. Apparently, this Senate bill, or this bill that's in the Senate, is more lax than Washington State's, New York's, and even California's. And if this becomes law, then it supersedes any state law, which would then weaken privacy in those states, which before the bill became enacted, or before the bill became law, actually had stronger laws. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I hate that things get stopped in Congress, especially when it sounds like a good idea, but it does seem like these two senators have kind of a reason for doing so. The fact that both private citizens and companies do favor these laws. Private citizens because hey, stop snooping on us, but companies are kind of wanting federal laws because then it's one rule they got to follow, or one set of rules that they have to follow, as opposed to at least 50. Excuse me. So hopefully they can make it a little bit stronger. Of course, you've got lax privacy laws in some states because of the fact that companies send lobbyists to these state governments to make them weak, so that way they can kind of purge data from citizens. So yeah, hopefully they can find something stronger to protect our data. And we can all live happy. Weaving is spam, but you have to completely wipe the machine. No typical SSD is controller plus storage. I'll find the link explaining and put it on. Yes, thank you. Merge, really do appreciate that. Because as you know, I love storage. Who's ready to talk about some games?
Yes. Always.
Apple releases dev tools that enable crossplay between Steam and Epic Game Store.
About time.
Yeah, because Fall Guys went to Epic, and everybody who was on Steam with Fall Guys couldn't play with the Epic folks until they did it. Mm-hmm. So hey, we tested this with Fall Guys and it works.
Yep. I love it.
Could this mean that Fortnite might come to Steam?
That would be dope if it did.
And then be put on the Steam Deck?
That would be dope if it did. Because I feel like Gabe would do that.
Look, because I think it's Easy Cheat. I think that's the anti-cheat software that Epic made. Works on Linux, but Fortnite won't be on Linux because of cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, there you go. We know it's no longer on Steam, or it's no longer being sold on
no, we didn't
Steam.
even get a full 10 minutes into. We didn't get a full 10 minutes into this cast without having that conversation.
And don't worry, it will happen again in deals.
Yeah, it's just delisted, but it's like
it's delisted, but those who bought the game on Steam own it on Steam.
Right, so they can play it, still get updates.
Hi, I'm a Fall Guy Steam owner. But I also have it on Epic and Xbox too, and we'll probably download it for the Switch as well, just so I can have it everywhere.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna download it for the Switch.
And just faceplant into a game of Fall Guys.
tiny, tiny legs.
Oh wait, I went to go get it washed. Oh, but I still have this hat. Yes. Just as a reminder, as the bot in the stream mentions, you can get merch for Tech Talk Thursdays over at majors.house/merch. You can get things such as this hat here that says Tech Talk Thursday. We've got replica Tech Talk Thursdays t-shirts. We also have mugs, mouse pads, and desk mats. Again, website majors.house/merch.
Buy that merch. Buy that merch.
Elon got me all types of salty. Sorry, Linux is too dangerous and unsecure. Windows, though, perfectly secure. Chef's kiss. And yep, sorry, just can't have it on Mac because we can't have our own store, or we can't bypass the App Store.
No.
I should get some stickers. I think I need to check the store. I'm a person who doesn't like stickers, but again, I am not opposed to not sell. I'm not opposed to selling stickers though. Y'all can have mine. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tried the sticker thing. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, get some stickers and some decals.
I should.
Slap a Major's house on your car. Slap it on your DeSoto, your Honda Civic.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take I have a plate cover that has the car dealership's logo on it. I need to take that off because I have like one of the few cars that exist in places that isn't advertising where the car was bought. And I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Be like Rollinson's Toyota.
No, thank you.
Durham, North Carolina. And they'd be like, ugh.
I hate it. I do.
Yeah, I never liked that either. Especially when you like buy the car from one place, but then you register it to another place. So then you got to like all the way. You got to go all the way to you went all the way to Tampa because you decided you wanted a Mercedes. Then you got to come all the way back to Podunk so everybody can see that you got a Podunk County license, but with like a Tampa bought car.
So that is the county that's on the Georgia plate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with Podunk, yeah.
No, but I'm saying like that so like on the Georgia plate, like that's the county that the car is registered in.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure.
Right. And then the car would be like from like, like Rollinson's Mercedes Benz in Tampa. And it's like, oh, so you couldn't find a Mercedes in Podunk, so you had to drive all the way to Tampa.
I used to live in Tampa, thank you.
I mean, you could have went to Marietta, but I mean,
I used to live in Tampa. I just moved to Podunk. Thank you. Anyway. Damn, all these fucking... why does it not save these? It's not like I haven't visited these sites before, but whatever. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remasters were canceled by Activision after Vicarious Visions was merged into Activision.
All Bobby's fault. Boo!
You could have had him.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby said no.
Bobby said no. More Call of Duty. Yearly release. And I'm pretty much yelling like, Phil, hurry up.
No, SEC, hurry up.
SEC, come get this man.
Unfortunately, he got re-voted back to the board because, again, as much as Activision is a terrible company, people love money more. Mm-hmm. More on Bobby in a moment.
Hold on for a moment. Do you mean
it's not
this person?
That story isn't included, but
the person who got re-voted onto the board of the company who did research on itself and found nothing wrong, not for any particular reason or anything like that.
Yeah.
Remarkable, interesting, odd,
but
one might say.
Well, I mean, the shareholders aren't necessarily terrible people. They may be bad, but they're not absolutely terrible and evil because they did at least vote to publish an annual abuse, harassment, and discrimination report. But the company will only just consider it.
You know something?
I don't know how I feel about that though.
No, if I may,
Ahem.
thank you. You know something? Thank you so much for bringing this information to light. I am sure it was a lot of hard work for you to gather it, and we want you to know that we're listening. We're going to take the information that you have presented to us and discuss it with our shareholders and partners, take it into deep consideration as we learn how to do and be better and grow as a company in the future that is more inclusive to all of our workers. That being said, we look forward to your purchase of Overwatch 2.
What do you mean 1.5? Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Well, oh, see, the thing is, I would say that we see you, but we only see you in February and October.
But this right here.
It doesn't have money in it. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I just
Can't see.
Do you guys not have phones? Do you guys not have phones?
Why haven't y'all downloaded Diablo Immortal yet?
do you mean the one that they lock behind the paywall? Basic concepts like leveling and having gear and such, and if you really want access to it, you have to do basically was it functionally a loot box system that on average will cost a person $6,000. Did you know that someone spent $25,000 in that game to get one item just to throw it away in protest? I'm just saying.
I'm trying to buy a car. You just gave that to me.
There's a side of the river that kind of behavior's on, and that's all I have to say about that.
Ruin, do it, Ruin. Yeah, get the major indifferent light. The midnight actually does. Yes, I am aware that midnight is blue.
Not moonlight.
Midnight.
You know what's so
Midnight, sir.
You want to know what's rough is that I saw someone selling a computer and I really wanted to buy it because it was a Mac, but then I'm like, but then what am I going to do about my games?
It was an Intel Mac? Oh, well, yeah, that still doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it, though. Look at it. Look at it, though. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I don't know. Like, I like the thin, boxy design of the Air. It's still not as powerful as my MacBook Pro, but I do like just the thin, boxy look of it. I want to just go to an Apple store because I was there only to buy the Mac Studio and did not want to prolong my visit lest annoy my wife. So I did not go and look around. But I do kind of want to put some eyes on this Mac Mini because I want to see how small it actually is. Oh my goodness, that thing looks great though. It looks great. All right. Anywho, yeah. So the board votes for something, and the company's like, "Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll get back to you on that." And Microsoft news: there's a shortage of Xbox controllers.
That's disappointing.
Just when the consoles became available,
Yep.
now you just can't buy extra controllers for them.
Now it's like, oh,
dude, wait,
oh,
you
look,
want to play with people? There are people. Do you know there's a pandemic outside? Why are you buying an extra? Who playing with you? You a gamer? You married? You got kids? What?
I think it really comes down to like either options, a possible player 2, or just a failing like, oh, My controller is broke. Let me replace it. Oh, I can't find it.
I mean, or like to buy one for a PC or something like that.
Yeah,
Especially with
probably.
mobile gaming becoming more of a thing, like
Yeah,
both iOS and
like
Android support the
right,
Xbox and PS5 controllers.
right. Or people just like to buy the colors.
Oh
And
my god, though! I missed this line. This line here. I'm gonna read the one above it. The Xbox Design Lab is still taking orders for custom controllers, including the newly released Pride controller. The service FAQ states, "We aim to have the controller in your hands within 28 days of placing your order." A whole last month. I bought a printer today and it's going to be here in a couple of days. So the console's easy to get the controller down? Yep. That's what it looks like. With Game Pass becoming a thing, some of those games only play well with the controller on the PC. Yeah, and there's that. And again, like with Xbox focusing so much on the service rather than the console, like you're buying controllers to plug into low-powered PCs, the laptops, Macs, iPhones, Androids, iPads, all that shit, and even things like a Samsung TV. So yeah, like more controllers will be sold than a console just on that alone. And then yeah, you talk about, player 2s, player 3s, player 4s, or replacing controllers. Or again with the Design Lab ordering a very, very custom one, like as Kev said, to have choice. So yeah, with Xbox, this is a weird situation to be in for wireless controllers, because I'm pretty sure you can buy like a Power A controller all day and just plug that motherfucker in.
yep, Power A. What the fuck? What's
I'm playing Diablo
8-bit
Immortal,
no.
Immortal on my iPad with an Xbox controller. Like yeah, like I was emailed about Immortal and like through Backbone, and I will probably play that on my iPhone with the Backbone.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me that I need to get back onto Apex Legends on my iPhone. I'm actually pretty decent at that game. TMNT Shredder's Revenge, a 6-player co-op. How many controllers can you plug into an Xbox?
That's a good question. Look that one up.
And I wonder if six players local co-op. So it was a good time for Google to do another deal for a Chromecast Ultra with a Stadia controller.
8.
Well, but yeah, it's wild. It's wild not being able to get a controller for 28 days. I ordered a Logitech keyboard the other day. I got it today, and I'll be able to use it on Game Pass. Mouse and keyboard support is coming to Xbox Cloud Gaming. Microsoft has revealed its plans to bring mouse and keyboard support to its Xbox Cloud Gaming xCloud service. As a result, the company is now encouraging developers to ready themselves for mouse and keyboard support. And Merge, if you're looking for TMNT, it is available on Game Pass right now. So yeah, how much you want to bet that, they were readying keyboard and mouse support when the controller availability went down?
Coincidence? I think not.
Actually, I thought that cloud gaming on PC had keyboard and mouse support before. This was surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Legit, I got that deal, threw the controller into storage, and used the Chromecast to this day. Oh, I mean, they got me too. Like I got that thing too. No, wait, I didn't buy mine. I forgot. I got mine for free. Google just gave me one. Thank you, Google One, for giving me free shit. As I need to get on Steam. Steam Deck support is platinum. I need to get it on Steam. Oh, okay. I was like, free? Hell yeah. I think mine was for YouTube. You know what? It might have been YouTube Premium. It was one of those subscription services of Google's that I'm paying for. Google has all my money and all my data. And more Microsoft news. Microsoft's released a quick check to see whether your PC is ready for direct storage and next-gen gaming. Ooh. Let's see. I was waiting to get on to the site on this PC so I can try it. Oh, wait, what? I got to get into the insider program for it? No, I don't want to do that.
I want that.
Oh, you need to enable insider access on a Microsoft account. Okay. Well, fine. I'll do that later. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. But I was waiting to get to I was waiting to get here so I can do it. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that on stream. It might have to do some installation, and I want to break the stream to do it. So I'm gonna keep those. Hold on. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna remove this tab and just put it behind there. There we go. Modder builds the world's first PS5 Slim.
Yeah. I heard of this video, but I haven't seen this video. I've seen some of his builds. First of all, my man has a gloriously soothing British voice.
It was. I watched this whole damn thing and it was like, whew.
Yeah. I think one thing he did was like a desk. I think he did like a desk PC. You know, in a desk PC.
I think
in
I
a
might.
desk.
Either I saw that on my own, or I may have been watching one of your streams when you may have shown that.
Yeah, I catch this guy pretty regularly, so you know I just haven't seen this particular one yet. But yeah, he does some pretty interesting mods, though.
Like, just look how small this motherfucker is.
Mm-hmm.
And the dark, like I said, it's water cooled, so the thermals are really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Like for it to just not have all that fucking overhead. I'm trying to see if there's like a comparison he did with the bigger one, but I don't see it. It's more or less him still building things together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. That shit is just that is fucking insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I think I probably will sit down and probably watch that tomorrow. But yeah, it's like of the stuff that I've seen him do, it's like it's been pretty cool. Like,
let's see here. Oh, I have watched another one. I have watched a video of his before.
mm-hmm.
He built this breathing PC.
I think that was one I had seen. I think that was definitely when it comes to like airflow.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's forcing air basically out. Like most like fans push air, but air doesn't go slowly out. This one more effective, you know, air distribution. So
oh yeah, here's the invisible PC.
mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember this one too. So damn, I've actually watched some of his shit before. I honestly was like, I've never seen this guy before in my life. But I have definitely seen his shit.
Right. 'Cause it's like he did this, and then the addendum one was he did like the monitor for it, and you couldn't see the monitor. It was like, oh, I see what you do there.
What's going on, Infamous? How you doing? How you living? How are you feeling?
Yeah, but yeah, this is. Like I say, I like his content a lot, so I kind of like. I watch. I'm a fan. I think it was like an upright projector. I think it was like a narrow upright projector thing.
Building a true 4K home cinema.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're long. Yeah, that was it. That was one I had seen. Like I said, they're pretty long, but but my man's voice is soothing, so it's like.
Ruin says at the end of the day, Microsoft can't tell what my drives are, so I'm going to say they aren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say mine aren't ready because they can't hold anything.
I mean, literally the way I felt, the anger that I felt from my like fucking updates wouldn't update. And y'all know that was a hard as hell 2 weeks. That was a stressful ass 2 weeks.
It just says unknown. In this week's segment called "Fuck Around and Find Out,"
mm-hmm.
With the gap closing every day,
mm-hmm.
we have Bungie serving the justice by slapping the YouTube takedown impersonator with $7.6 million lawsuit. You said you fuck with us, you fuck with our community, you are going to fucking pay. Nicholas Lord Nazo Minor is accused of fraudulently firing off 96 separate DMCA takedown notices through mid-March. According to the lawsuit, Minor was issued legitimate copyright strikes in both December 2021 and March 2022 for uploading the OST for Destiny's The Taken King and the Witch Queen expansions. During that period, Minor is said to have created 2 separate email addresses impersonating CSC employees. He then used those email addresses to issue the false takedown notices. The lawsuit goes on to say that during the whole kerfuffle, Minor was taking part in the community discussion of Bungie's takedowns, spreading disinformation, as well as trying to file a counterclaim with YouTube saying the legitimate takedowns on his channel were included in the wave of fraudulent ones. Bungie claims that the situation caused significant reputational and economic damage, with the publisher having to devote significant internal resources to addressing it and helping its players restore their videos and channels. It claims it's entitled to damages and injunctive relief, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each of the works implicated in the fraudulent takedown notice that willfully infringed Bungie's registered copyrights, totaling $7.65 million. And I hear that the Game Post has some details as to how they caught him. Bungie worked with Google to identify that individual by tracing their IP address and the 2 Gmail accounts under the name Jeremy Weiland and Damian Reynolds. The data Google sent over to Bungie earlier this month included every takedown notice Minor sent from each of those accounts and a log of each IP address used by Minor in connection with the 2 accounts. My God. Someone needs to watch Tech Talk Thursday. You know, as much as we like to give helpful advice to everyday citizens to protect themselves online, technically, in the same vein as Congress and a lot of law enforcement will want you to believe, especially law enforcement, is that these same tools we help to protect citizens also can be used by criminals. Criminal, let me tell you something. A VPN could have saved your ass. You dumb fuck.
So, are we still talking about this lawsuit, or?
Yes. And how he got caught.
Yep.
You know, I just want to point out here, the way that this person did that entirely just to be like, I have a handful of DMCA strikes that may be legitimate here, and I don't want to have to deal with those. So I'm just going to like create a situation that, you know, causes a snowball full of lies that I'm then going to have to maintain, but then raw dogging the internet to do it. I
mean, isn't this like when you rob a bank as like, you know, everybody dressed as the same thing, like painters with George W. Bush masks. And then when you're trying to escape with the money, you then make all the hostages wear the same thing. And then everybody just walks outside.
It feels more like this person robbed a bank for money, then like took the bills and started spending it everywhere, and then went, look at all of these people being wrongfully accused of having stolen money. That just sounds awful. They're being framed. Someone should look into this. You know, upon reviewing the CCTV footage, we may have found.
Also, we checked the sequential. We have those numbers sequentially marked. All those bills were very sequential, and they I'm just gonna put this out here.
Why does this like sound like a bad like rendition of like Heat?
Inside Man? Oh, I was thinking just Inside Man.
Oh, that's definitely it. You definitely mentioned Inside Man. That was definitely an Inside Man plot.
It was definitely Inside Man.
Yep.
Damn it! I just want to watch Inside Man again.
It's like all you need is like Denzel Washington and like what's his face?
Clive Owen?
Yeah, Clive Owen, yeah.
Damn, that was just so good. That's it. I'm just watching Inside Man again.
That was a good heist movie. Like I
Come
love a good
on,
heist.
man.
I love a good heist movie.
Come on.
When I think about another heist movie, I think about The Town. With the dudes dressed up as the nuns.
I've seen a part of that.
Yeah, they were the dudes that dressed up as the nuns. But they had like old lady nun masks. So when they got into the car with the guns and they see the one cop's they're looking at the cop's looking at them, the cop's just like, that's above my pay grade. And it's like, off. It's like, yo.
All right, I need to add that to my list.
Yeah, that was funny to me. Like, God, let me see if I can find that GIF. Hold on.
I mentioned it on Discord. That system must be shit if you can exploit it like that in the first place. Oh, I mean, I think we had mentioned that like before too. Like, fucking copyright law and just the DMCA system is just fucked to begin with if you were able to exploit it. But again, I'm glad the person who did exploit it, it's one thing if you do it to the company, but when you start fucking with the bag of the community members who are also making money off of this, who have nothing to do with you, yeah, you deserve to get clapped the fuck up.
Just like it's so. If you're going to do something so foolish, at least be somewhat smart about it. Just don't get other people involved who are going to be like, okay, see what we not finna do.
Again, he had to dress everybody up in the same outfit so he could walk out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he watched Inside Man and was like, "Yo, I bet I could do this."
He was watching it, taking notes, being like, yep, yep.
Who's ready for some streaming news?
Nobody. I don't think we have any this week, do we?
We do. I wouldn't have announced it if we didn't.
I mean, I don't know. Some of the news in here doesn't feel like news as much as just eye rolls. Eye roll yourself 2 times. Skip this part of the show.
Sing, you've been on this show for over a year. What part of the show doesn't ever feel like an eye roll?
I want you to know that you're saying this to a person who you're just like, I feel like we should just start making a part of the show that's kind of like, who done fucked up this week? Because Sid is irritated with everybody.
That was a segment. That was like a weekly segment at one point, but now it's just the show.
Yeah, our second article today was about Musk.
Not because of level of fuck up, but that was like the second article I saw when making this list.
It's like, oh, Musk. Jeez.
Well, Ruin, I have bad news for you. It's not good news. Red Bull Racing suspends Yuri Vips for using racial slur on Twitch.
Tell time, song as old as rhyme. Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day.
Red Bull Racing has suspended junior driver Yuri Vips after he used a racial slur while streaming on Twitch. On Monday, Vips streamed Call of Duty Warzone with fellow Red Bull junior driver Liam Lawson. As has been clipped, Vips cursed and said the N-word, to which Lawson replied, "Jury," and laughed. Lawson also asked Vips to wear a pink Red Bull cap, to which he replied, "No, that's gay." Lawson responded, "Jury, you can't say that." Can someone time Tycho out, please? No. Just no. No.
You know something? I would like to take this moment to present to the court a throwback, if you will.
Oh, boy.
As my one and only response to this article.
Pay yourself.
Major, I have placed this in the DM for you to project to the audience at your leisure.
Give me a second. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I am happy again. I am going to take the time to make sure that everything is where it needs to be for this one. So excuse me as I prepare my system for this delightful treat. Single Chrome, see the output device. I want to put that on. Where is it? I am looking. Voice. Where's my third one? Oh wait, no, I'm looking for cable. That's what I'm looking for, cable. So I need to separate the two. Okay. Make sure that's turned down. So I load this up. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's taking time, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it.
Oh no, trust me. When we get to the part where you see what the suspense is for, you will be thankful that it took this long.
All right. Hopefully I set everything up correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, I present T-Pain. Oh, wait. Hold on. How do I make this bigger?
That's all you got.
Black Lives Matter.
One of these motherfuckers is on that shit, and I want all of them.
Yeah, man. Spy plane.
Ruin, it's worth it for this.
I want every single fucking one of them.
Flash myself.
I want every fucking single one of them.
One by the door.
I want it all. I want it all. I want every part of it. I want a part of it. I want the whole thing. I want the whole thing. Keep talking that I want you to delete the black skins from your motherfucking COD. I want the whole thing. I want it all! I want it all! Boy! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, looks like the win! Stupid idiots!
I want it all.
The whole I want you to delete everything. My man pulled, if you see me in the street, remember you'll know me.
And for those who want to relive this moment as I do every time. Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot I cannot send it from OBS. I have to send it from here.
Yep. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy. I told y'all it was worth it. I love his entry.
I want you to know that link right there is sitting in my bookmarks for every time I hear about someone being racist on COD. So I can just watch it and enjoy it and be refreshed.
Right.
I'll put this on Google Keep. There we go.
It's like my man. It's like when my man do his intro. It's like, I love that petty energy where it's like, let's get back to chat. What up, though? Thanks for watching and subscribing. That's what's up, bro. If you're a hater, I know you just need somebody to love from the bottom of my heart. You fucking suck, bro. God, I'm like that. That's like the petty energy that I aspire to live in. That was amazing. My man said, "You know what? I'm coming for all your wig caps. I'm blowing all your wig caps back. Listen, you was on that N-word stuff in the lobby. You gonna be? I know you had some choice words for it after, and I blew back your wig caps, and you probably gonna uninstall the game because that's just how y'all is."
Yeah, that was a uninstall from the middle of the match.
Right, that was a rage quit into an uninstall.
No, not even a rage quit. Now you just like hit the menu button, you went to the game, you hit the start button, and you hit delete.
Yep.
The game was still running. Mm-hmm. You were mid-match, mid-shot even. No, you just mid-ragdoll.
Uh-huh. I can say so-and-so has left the game. Oh, that's what we doing? Okay.
And more Twitch news. Twitch tests new category layout and viewers have strong feelings on auto-playing video.
Tale as old as time. Song as old
Can I
as
just
time.
about that COD article before we fully move on from it? Can I just say, once again, y'all just letting racism like kick your ass. Like you just sit over here sitting on money and people are paying you good money to play video games, and all you have to do is just not be racist, and here we are.
Imagine.
Well, the thing is, he's not paid to play video games. He's paid to race cars.
But see,
he lost that job.
He lost that.
Oh, but you got paid money to sit behind the wheel and drive. Like, I mean, that's basically playing video games if we're being real about that. Yeah. But also,
well, then if you believe that, you'll love the new Gran Turismo movie coming out, being directed by Neil Blomkamp. That is literally the plot to that movie.
Yeah, that's gonna that. Yeah,
but like, it just this is embarrassing. How you fuck up your bag in a racing car thing, playing a video game where you just literally didn't have to say that.
Do that. It's like I see so many people just absolutely, utterly throw their whole bag away. Throw their whole bag away on the easy part of just not being racist. Like just,
the way that I know people who lose their jobs for speaking truth to power on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And literally, and these are things that they can't help but speak out about because of how big of a problem it is. And all you had to do
you mean those SpaceX employees?
And all you had to do was sit there, play COD with your friends, have a little kiki, and then get in the car and drive. And these people would be writing you checks. And now you just don't have a job. Also, no, it's just. Can I also say I don't want to give cookies to this person for obvious reasons, and if they're not obvious, I'll explain. But I do want to give at least the slightest bit of the whisper, if you will, the LaCroix of honorable mentions to the person who was on the stream with them and was just like, hey, yo, no, we don't do that. Do like, ayo, homie. You can't say that. He's just like, about this, lol, it's gay. In the middle of Pride Month? He's just like, don't do that. Like, just, it was the very simple, not only did you say it, but you said it, and your homies were just like, hey, yo, nah, Hey, Lawson, if you're out there, keep doing that for all your homies. Like, please check them in these public spaces. We appreciate that. But other than that, it's just one of those things of being like, I don't know you well enough specifically to know if you were saying that because you knew that wasn't cool, or if it was kind of like, yo, you're streaming, homie, you can't say those things on stream because that'll get you clapped up in these public spaces. But either way, they try to warn you about that bag. Because you can't be out here fucking up like this, not during Pride Month of all things. No, sir. We will go ahead and send you right back and rolled up in rainbow paper.
Yeah, so Twitch is testing new category.
Also, I love the fact that they said this person is suspended from all team duties pending a full investigation. What are y'all trying to investigate? It was caught in 16K Ultra HD in slow motion.
It's on all the internets for everyone to see. Probably just
in front of God and everybody.
There ain't much to investigate. You fucked up, Chief.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure we clear to go now.
We're good.
Okay. Try this for the third time. Twitch has new category layout and viewers have strong feelings on auto playing video. And so this is locale TV with a walkthrough on how this is supposed to work.
What's up, streamers and Twitch viewers? Twitch right now is doing a huge
discoverability
test on their platform.
Y'all got auto-playing video in 2022? Don't your browsers block that stuff?
Talk about why this could be potentially game-changing.
Not in the... I would say watch how this works.
How discoverability currently works when you're going through...
Because I clicked on the thing and it had an image here. I don't know if I'm just missing anything.
Well, I'm playing the demonstration right now.
Is that further in the article? Where's the link of this?
I mean, it's in the tweet.
Okay, it's in the tweet.
From here, you can join the stream. You can follow. You can actually even play sound right from the screen. You can also see chat in the corner. You can actually hide it. You don't want to see chat, and you can hit this button and tab through and see other channels. So far in my testing, I haven't seen a single pre-roll ad. If this is true and you can actually preview a stream without having to click into it and load a new page and without having to watch an ad, this could be massive for creators. This could totally change the viewing experience as a viewer trying to find a new streamer to watch. We all know how frustrating that experience has been, especially when you're finding smaller creators and you're trying to tab through and find the right person for you. If this is a change that sticks, I can just only see this being a good thing where you don't have to actually commit to loading a stream up. You don't have to watch an ad. You can go through and just get a taste of who you want to watch before you click into the stream and commit. And this will actually stop playing after about a minute, I think. It'll stop showing you the preview and it'll tell you to go to the stream. So you can't watch a whole stream from this page. But if you want, you can make it pretty big too. You can actually collapse the browse list and make the screen bigger so you can tune in and get into it before you decide to join the stream. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. This could be really, really massive for viewing. I see this as a good thing so far. That's my initial take. I'd love to hear your opinion.
So essentially, what this will do
I don't understand the complaint here. Then
exactly, that was the whole thing. But like,
no, like it's just like it's one thing if it's autoplay video, because the thing is autoplay for me means it doesn't play videos and sound at the same time. If this thing is just kind of like you can see things happening, you can see chat happening, it has the mute button right up there. Like unless the thing is playing with the sound coming through right at the same time.
But the thing is you have to click into that so you know what's going to happen. Like it's one thing like, all right, they change it, all of a sudden it just plays a noise. But it sound off by default. So
like that's what I'm talking about here, right? If you're on this page, just clicking through the previews, it's just stuff that you can see.
Yeah.
It's like mute, like from what I can see here in the video, she went straight to it and it was muted or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if it's not doing that, then what's the problem?
We'll see that one thing that people have an issue with is like, okay, it still surfaces the top viewers to the top. It's like, well, that never changed. I don't see what that issue is. My thing is you're seeing it. All this is doing is like saying, hey, does this stream pass the vibe check?
Right.
You are watching it for a minute. You get to see the chat. You get to watch it without an ad for a minute. In this is this something you can vibe with without clicking, without giving them the view? You can follow them right then and there. Like you can do anything you need to with that stream without actually going into it.
Right.
Which allows even for smaller streams, you could scroll down to the bottom, still pull up that stream and say, I don't know, this small stream, does this streamer pass the vibe check? I get to watch uninterrupted, 4 minute, no pre-roll ads, anything. I can see what's happening. If I like it, okay, cool. I'll hop in. I'll wait the minute for the ad.
Okay,
and then
like,
just interact with the rest of the community once the ad is over.
The only complaint that I could see here is, oh, well, it shows me the people with the highest view count first. But it's just like,
that's how it works.
You know, like, good people of the internet. If you look just below the little area of the preview, you will notice to the far right of the screen there is a sorting option. Like you literally can just go, I would like to sort this from lowest to highest and be able to see exactly what you would want to see. Of all the complaints, here's the thing. Oh no, wait. I hate it here. Okay, y'all pray for me for a second. Of all the things to complain, no, like Major, what I'm talking about here is if you're looking in the preview at the right, just above the little area with a listing of all the other videos and stuff, you can see a sorting option if like view count is the problem that people have. So like that's still not a problem is what I'm saying.
No, that never was. I mean,
no, like it's like some people are complaining like, oh, you're just going to see like
like that's all I'm saying. That never changed. It's still the same thing. It's just now you get to see a minute of uninterrupted fucking stream to see if it passes the fucking vibe check.
Right.
So like, here's the thing. There are some things that people are complaining about, right? But I need.
What are they complaining? But again, the one I've seen is the views thing, which is like, that's how this always worked. You can sort, you can fix it, move on. I really want to know. Because it's that thing again of, man, I think this is cool, but of course, here comes Sin with the 50 million other reasons why it's not, because I didn't see it.
I'm not about to do that.
Oh, like, I mean, we've had this conversation. I'm aware of that now. That's how I was before. After having talked to you and shown you this, I see that is not what's happening. So now I really, like, seeing as it passed your vibe check, I want to know what the fuck is this problem? What is the problem with this?
This is the thing I want to talk about, right? They link to like a thing of being like y'all, hey, come close to the camera. Let's gather around the campfire a little bit and talk about a couple of just very important and salient things. It has like this thing has 3 points, I promise, and then I'm gonna close. Here's the thing.
Yeah, okay, before you go I want to address Cycle's comment. Yeah, that's what I was really concerned about when you did go off like that. Like, dude, I don't see anything wrong with this, but okay, maybe I'm missing something, and I did not want to get into it at the moment. My
So
bad.
we here on Tech Talk Thursdays, me in particular, y'all already know, I will pull out a microphone and blow Twitch up about some nonsense when they're on some nonsense, right? But critique means being able to articulate, this is a problem that I'm seeing. This is the outcome I am intending. People pull, like, there's a link in the article that just says, here's a Reddit thread of people complaining, and they're just like, it's going backward in terms of user interface and stuff. And I'm just like, backward how? What do you mean? Like, saying, oh, this is trash, I don't like it, doesn't help. Or just why? Why, just why? I don't like this. Or Twitch is going hard backward in terms of its user interface and overall user experience. Or, after this update, I think more people are going to YouTube. Or I kind of like it. I never have someone said that they kind of like it. I'll just skip that one. This is the ugliest design I've ever seen in my life. Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to step up. I need y'all to learn how to critique things, and I need you to step up the critique. The problem here is you just said that this is trash. You don't like the design, but you haven't pointed out why. It's functional. It has an intended purpose, which is I want to see things. I want to determine if I want to continue to engage with it. And there it is. I click on the thing. Here it is. I can see stuff. It's not blasting my ears out with sound. I can choose if I want to join the stream, follow the channel, or click through to see other things. I can sort the stuff that's on the page. How it looks aesthetically, as long as it's readable and legible and I know what's supposed to be happening on here, we have a solid set of design choices. Could it be refined? Sure. They have plenty of time to do that. But y'all being ready to just say bad things about anything that's just new or different without looking at it or thinking about it critically has got to stop on this internet. Present company excluded. Because, I have also been the person to just be reactionary to certain things in general when it comes to tech. But as far as Twitch goes, there are so many things going on with Twitch still to talk about, like the fact that their whole chat runs on IRC as a framework that probably deserve proper critique or complaint or whatever. This particular thing is not that. It's not that. We can leave this one alone.
Yep. Because I certainly have no problem with it. I'm looking at it right now, and many a times I've joined the chat and then being like, yeah, I don't like the vibe. Like within the first minute, 2 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm not good with this. And it is good. It is good that it's there, but it does not truly affect me or change my mind in any particular way. But it's just weird. But I'm weirded out by the idea of what is the problem with this specifically.
Were y'all not on Facebook when Facebook went through its myriad of changes? Were y'all not using Google when Google changed their font?
The way people lost their mind about Twitter's font, and then it was just like, okay, it's fine. It was like people lost their mind for the Twitter. People lost their mind for Spaces. People lost their mind for Fleets. And then it's like that's just how we do things now. There are people out here who are using Spaces, to deliver the message and being able to record those and then add those for later, and then they can pull those up later. Stuff changes, stuff differs. Sometimes you just gotta rock with it, If it, I'm always like, hey, anything beyond mod tools needs to be done, but this doesn't hurt nobody. Still want mod tools, but this don't hurt nobody.
One, I want to say hi about Peteki. Yeah, we know that Twitch is built on IRC. That's what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Also, I want to point out this one comment that Ruin made, and I want to make sure it does not, go unnoticed. As you can see, I've lost the menu. I've lost the screen here. I'm making a presentation today. Ruin says that I'm going to declare it here. Twitch provided good news for the streaming section for the first time in a long time. We did it.
Yep.
And today I want to present Twitch with their trophy. They did it. Congratulations, Twitch. You did it. You provided good news.
Yeah. What?
In the streaming section section for the first time.
For the last proper episode of the month and during Pride Month. Like you did a triple here. It's a hat trick even. Like good job, Twitch. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back to drag you at the beginning of July, but today you did good.
Right. You did good now. You still gonna get dragged, but you did. But in this instant,
we didn't fuck up award. I wish we could keep track of all the news stories we talk about over a year and have like our award show at the end of the year. They pretty much the who fucked up the most and who fucked up the least.
Yep.
And for those who are just tuning in, yeah, we're talking about Twitch testing the new category layout with the auto playing videos, which again have no sound, plays in a minute of ad free content, just enough to let you test the vibe check. Make sure it passes the vibe check.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I like this. I shall continue. Like I was looking at Betty's stream, and I was like, oh, nice. I will continue.
Well, there is no hardware news outside of the fact that, well, I guess, no hardware and software updates. Of course, if you like to know any information about what's going on, especially with vulnerabilities, exploits, definitely check out Discord, Remasters.house/Discord. I think the social command still works though. I think it's in social, if I'm not mistaken. Look at my thing. It is in social. We do have some deals to talk about. And again, for the third time this show, we will talk about, remember my choices, damn it. Fall Guys goes free to play on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC via Epic Game Store. If you have it on Steam, that's still available to you. You can still play because it has crossplay, but it has been delisted from Steam. But now everybody can play Fall Guys. Also, I'm wondering if it's on the cloud. I wonder if you can play it on Game Pass Cloud, which means you can play Fall Guys on your phones.
Possibly not. Cool thing about Xbox though is you will probably not be charged if you don't have Xbox Live.
Yep.
Yeah, you can
They
play
made that
without
policy
Xbox
change about a year ago.
Live. So that's awesome.
Wasn't something going on with Xbox, and it's almost like they threw that out there right when they were about to catch fire for something else? And speaking of Xbox, more Game Pass games are coming in June. Got Shadowrun Trilogy, Naraka Blade Point, Far Cry 5, FIFA 22, and what's it? I'm just gonna scroll down here because it's down here somewhere. Total War 3 Kingdoms. And they are all out today. That's what it was. Yep, that's what it was. They were going to raise the price for gold. That's what it was. I remember that. So, yep, FIFA 22 is on Game Pass through EA Play. Far Cry 5 will be added at the beginning of July. And don't forget that TMNT, Shredder's Revenge, is available as well. Omori is also out there. Game Pass Ultimate users, 10 more games have been given touchscreen controls on compatible devices. That includes Bugsnax, Ninja Gaiden, Sigma, Life is Strange, True Colors, and Broken Age. Lastly, the following games will leave the service on June 30th. FIFA 20, Jurassic World Evolution, Last Stop, and MotoGP 20. What's the next FIFA game going to be called? EA Football. I think they were doing. I think they were going for EAFC or EA Football Club. I want to say that's what it was, but I don't remember. Well, I mean, that showed up. Yep, there it goes. EA Sports FC. Okay, so FIFA 23 will be out, but yeah, if you're talking about July 23, then yeah, you're looking at EA FC 24. So yeah. And of course, in the last bit of deals, if you have not known about it already, the Steam Summer Sale begins today.
Yes.
Games are listed, just marked down left and right. And of course, if you happen to be an individual who may be in the process or in the near future building a PC, now might be a good time to stock up on some good titles to, push that new hardware to the limit. Break past that, I would say GTX 1660. Find some games with some ray tracing. And push it to the limit. You should do that. You should do that. Just push it.
Sir,
Yes.
act right.
I'm
Act
acting.
right.
I'm acting as right as I could be. I don't see what the problem is.
Of course you don't.
I never see what the problem is. Ain't no problems over here. We good. We good, kid. Of course, we can expect some savings off the price of games like Ghostwire Tokyo, Cyberpunk 2077, God of War, Monster Hunter Rise, which I believe you already own.
Yeah.
For PC or Switch.
Both.
Okay. Dying Light 2, probably the standout pick of the bunch, is current vampiric darling V Rising. They've been doing good. I've been hearing some stuff about V Rising. It's not my game, but hey, you like vampires. They're not zombies.
Right.
Let's see. Another Steam-related news, comedic looter shooter spinoff Tina's Tiny Wonderland leaves Epic Games Store exclusivity and is available on Steam. So yeah, that's it. I've seen some other stuff too. Hit my inbox for my wish list, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be happening for a bit. Oh my goodness. I mentioned it earlier, but Major, speaking from experience, he pushed the 3080 Ti to the limit, running at 40 FPS. Oh my god, how much that game is super fucking unoptimized. I meant to try it, and it's something I need to remember to do this weekend. I need to try to run those tests again without using NDI, because that's going to help me really determine where that issue, like if that issue actually is that fucking game, or was it maybe possibly NDI. Also, again, by every second night, we're going to have to sit and really kind of tune some stuff in. But yeah, I'm actually in the market for a GPU, but I'm definitely buying AMD for Linux compatibility. Proton just updated to 7.0, and it made a lot of games better, including Elden Ring. Definitely a perk for the AMD cards. Yep.
Title, the Lone Radeon.
Maybe that's what I should put in my server. I mean, I'm not using GPU on that thing. I have Anka's old GTX 1050 in there, but for reasons I have no clue.
Mhm.
It's just there. Just
Because it's Anka's. And
I think that's
Anka's
what it
awesome.
is. Just the spirit of Anka lives in my it lives in my home server.
The Anka in the machine.
Yeah. It has Intel and Anka inside. Do 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 do.
Goat in the machine.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is the best.
Yeah.
The goat in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Oh, that was so good.
Though Anka would be could do a nice Major Makoto cosplay.
She could. The goat in the machine.
I
Oh
just
my
wanna be
God, that is so good.
I just want to be the dude with the eyes. That's all I want to be. I want to be the dude
Bato?
with the eyes. Yeah, Atto with the long blonde
Bato.
ponytail. Yeah. Yes. With the little eyes.
Intel
you're a
appreciates
big
you
dude, but
keeping
you have
them
little
in your
eyes.
machine. Well, that's Major Rig 1.0, still chugging along. That was the second gaming PC, third PC overall that I built. It still serves me well, man. That it keeps the Linux flowing in the house. Yeah, I hear them art cards ain't doing so high over in China.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hearing some things. I've been reading some things.
Yeah.
Tycho, you got to help him out, man. I know you, Tycho over there cheering some Intel on, man. Mm-hmm. Every time Arc News comes out, Tycho's, yo, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Like, GPU, does it play the ray tracing? Can I play with the ray tracing? Does it make the games look pretty?
Can I do the ray tracing?
Can I do the ray tracing, please? I think the art cards will do it, but I'm cheering them on simply because they need some competition in the market. Can it release? Damn! Ruin, you don't want to have to do that. You don't have to do that, Ruin. Anywho, on that right there, that's the end. We've covered the end of the stories. There's no more stories to talk about. And the art cards, as well as the Iris XE, are natively compatible in Linux. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah. And they kick ass on the Linux overall. Look, one of our admins was celebrating the fact that he built the AMD VM on AWS the other day. So he likes that multi-core performance. I was like, yes, that's why I love it. That's why I'm a teammate. That's from Team Red. I'm CPUs now. But of course, this M1, we're gonna see what this M1 can do. I will never install NVIDIA drivers ever again. Yeah, somebody else said that at work the other day. I think it was today, and I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad I left the Linux shop. I mean, I left an NVIDIA shop. Oh my God. I'm glad I don't have to do that again. That's right. Team M1, Team M2. That's right. Apple Silicon gang right here, baby. We the Apple gang. Ah.
You know the vibes.
Ah. NVIDIA drivers on Windows are okay. They're okay. I don't know. Look, it makes the games go. Ooh. Oh, you had to have seen it. You had to have seen it, obviously. You know it. You know the vibes. I figured Bifutech was gonna get his studio before mine, but I beat him. I just had to have it. I had to have it. All right, let's wrap this up for real. Kev, what you got going on this week?
Working on that project, and yeah, working on that project, and just doing, and then also doing some yard work.
Big story didn't happen for the project.
Yeah,
I do not condone going outside in sweltering heat and doing back-breaking work, but look, to you, whatever, but I need to see pics of the project.
yeah. Oh yeah, when the project is up and running, yeah, y'all will definitely see the thing. And then when it's fully up and operational, then I'll let everybody know. Yeah. We're still also we found a name for the project, but we still have there are still some pending names for said project. But the one name that we like thus far is Agate. And I'm also looking at other names. So we shall see. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me, Major.
Lord, I tripped over a shoe.
Uh-oh.
Not a shoe.
A
Nice
shoe.
shoe. I like
Excuse
that.
me.
Have you like encountered, you being a father? Have you encountered the thing where you like step on a Lego?
No, because I wear shoes downstairs.
Okay, because I was like,
I'm
You know.
afraid to step on bare floor that isn't carpet.
mhm,
Because it's like all hardwood except for the bedrooms, and it's all carpeted up here. So like anything that is not a carpeted surface, yeah, there are shoes on because the floor is just too hard for my feet.
yeah.
So yeah, look, I step confidently in my house. Well, no, I would say that, but then too, there are small things that happen on carpet where in places where I think it's safe, like this floor. I may have like a USB drive or like a plastic cap from something I unboxed. It's just laying on the floor. And that's the Lego. So it's like, we can't blame my son for that. That's all me.
Okay.
That's all me. Speaking of Lego, we took my son to the Lego store after I picked up the Mac, and we wanted to get him something. He wanted a big old Lego set that my wife and I was like, we do not have the energy to deal with this today. Get a small set, like a little car. This dude buys a road. He just bought a road.
Okay.
All right. Heat and back
That's
were
it for me?
normal. It was 108 degrees where I'm at right now. I'm not going. Yeah, no, I'm good. It was cool today because it was a huge storm last night.
Yeah, it was 97, and I think it was like humidity checked it to like 103. So, yeah.
He gets what he wants. Does a solid foundation for Lego building. I convinced myself that he likes to build buildings using these things called like magnetiles. So I was like, well, maybe he's building the road to go from these magnetile houses that he's building. Surely that's what he bought this for. I saw those pieces the day he opened it, and him and my wife were putting it together. Haven't seen it since, but that's okay. It's in his room. He's got to deal with that with his bare feet. He's young. He can survive. I ain't going in there. Sin. What you got going on this week?
Well, a lot. So we got more packing to do. We also have a couple of people to go and visit because of going away and things. And we have our first episode of a new tabletop game that I'm in with the good people led by D&D Jordan Lee. So that's going to be a thing. Y'all are just going to see me be a whole robot.
Ooh.
And then
Hooray.
we got next week where we're just going to slowly make sure to get the rest of the stuff that we need to get in order so that come the end of that week, we're going to be getting in a U-Haul and driving a whole bunch and trying to take care of my poor cat, who is probably going to be very distressed.
No. Let's see.
And also, that being said, I know that there are things happening next week that you get to talk about, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, we're good now. I keep starting too early. So yeah, tomorrow going to celebrate my son finally leaving pre-K. He starts kindergarten next year, so they're having a promotion ceremony for the kids that are leaving or promoting to, I guess, like from pre-K to kindergarten, kindergarten to first grade, fifth grade up to sixth or whatever. So I'll be doing that. Saturday, finally, after a month of waiting because of COVID, I'll try to hold back the tears, Rowan. And I told you, the boy can read. He can read. And that caught me off guard today. Trying to build a monitor. I had to stop in the middle of mounting my monitor to sit there and call my mom on FaceTime and said, look, watch him do this. So that way to confirm that I'm not losing my shit right now. So yeah, we got that going on tomorrow. Saturday, my printer should arrive. I can get a printer faster than I can get an Xbox controller. Suck on that, Xbox. I'm not gonna I don't want to commit to it, but I feel like I might come back to streaming. I don't know. And who knows, because I've got something I have to test. I got the Elgato face cam today because I needed a webcam for the Mac. So I figured I've gone with Logitech for a lot of other things. I figured why not try the face cam. So I'm going to plug that in and see what that's all about. But yes, we have a special announcement. As everybody knows, next week is Tech Talk Thursdays, and we've been talking about it for a bit, and we said, look, we feel a little light. The show feels a little light, so we wanted to bring somebody onto the show to kind of fill in this fourth chair, which has now gathered dust and cobwebs, and it's just filthy. Somebody's got to clean it. Because joining us for Tech Talk Thursdays next Thursday is the one, the only, Sonny P. We will be playing Destiny 2. All the PvP action, so you get to see yours truly amongst Sin, amongst Kev, amongst Sonny, and God knows whoever from the internet try to shoot people in the face terribly. But yes, next week we are having the illustrious Sonny P joining us for Tech Talk Thursdays. First guest for the show. Really excited. And it only took me learning how to use Anka's project files in Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop. I figured it out. So now we can have guests now because I can change an A. So yeah, thank you. Hopefully everybody will join us for that momentous occasion. I'm really excited. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for a while, but yeah. First guest, hopefully many more now that I know how to edit a Photoshop file that isn't mine. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Anka is better at it than me. So deciphering what she did compared to my basic, like 1 to 3 layers of things I do on Photoshop. Like she's like 20 something layers, and she has them to where she can make custom overlays based off of specific things by turning off things as opposed to just making different Photoshop projects. I didn't even know that was a thing. My mind was blown when I opened it. I'm gonna tell you something. I opened up one of her project files. I'm like, yeah, no, dog, this is a big no for me. And I closed it and just walked away. I was only forced to sit down when we got Sonny to join us. I was like, okay, all right, I guess I got to do this now because I got to put Sonny's name somewhere. So once I did that, once I figured it out, see, when you have pressure to do something, you tend to figure things out really quickly. So when Kev asked, I was like, oh, fuck, he asked. I should probably do some work now. So I did the work, was able to get her on. So really, really excited. I hope you guys join us tomorrow, next Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. for Tech Talk Thursdays Plays. You know, I need to check and see if I can actually change Thursdays into Thursdays Plays in that overlay too. I didn't check to see if that was an editable. That's a word, right? Editable element or layer. I don't know. If not, I'll just Anka, please fix it. Well, with that bombshell, it's time to say goodnight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this week's episode of Tech Talk Thursday for June 23rd, 2022 again. And we hope we see you next week for Tech Talk Thursday Plays. Destiny 2 is on the docket. Join us, Guardian, in the Crucible.
Close ranks, Guardian, and form a fist.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. On behalf of Kevin Cav, on behalf of Zinziak, it's your boy, Major Linux. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any streaming world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, and streaming nugs yourself, but you said, no, I am too busy buying games on Steam right now to read anything. So please, could you elicit your dulcet tones to read the news for me? And for that, I say I will. And thank you for watching and for listening to Tech Talk Thursdays. And of course, all I've got left to say to you is I love you and peace. How?
Wakanda forever.